Maiasaura, a 3.8-ton herbivore that is very dangerous and yet very simple to take down. It has 3800 HP, runs at 46.9 kilometers, so slightly faster than a raptor, and it has a bite force of 40. It has two stances, bipedal and quad, and while in these stances they have access to different moves respectively. Its hitbox is a bit funky, allowing for some really interesting hits to take place. Additionally, it is quite difficult to reg a bite on their head or on their tail. Its biggest threat is the ability to knock you over. This can happen when it uses the shove attack, where it runs at you and presses right mouse button, or when it's in its quad stance and uses the right mouse button to kick backwards or to its sides. The reason why this is the biggest threat is because if they do knock you over, they can follow up with their most powerful attack, the stomp. And this one can put you instantly into the hospital, or worse, flat out kill you. So first, let's show off the hitbox issues, so you have a bit of an idea of what I am talking about. So first let me show the interesting hits that can take place. The Maya's hitbox is a bit funky, allowing for some really interesting things to happen. Here's one example. If it kicks backwards while you're at the front, it can hit you, which is absolutely crazy. The side kick. Okay, the other side, please. When the side kick gets done towards the other side, it still rags on you, which is absolutely insane. However, it's not just busted, it also has a blind spot. Watch this. Even though the hit range is enormous, right here, you are safe. It just cannot rag on me here. Of course, you shouldn't be trying to ride this position because it can still kick backwards and send you flying. Keep that in mind. But if you see this attack happening or you expect it, you can actually run behind the Maya just fine. Now the side kick, even though that hits, which is crazy, it's not actually what I wanted to show. Just wanted to show how much the hitbox bloats towards the other side. And as you can see, the range on that is significantly bigger. So it is really weird that that blind spot exists, but we'll take it, right? In a nutshell, the hitbox is pretty displaced and yeah, pretty crazy in general. I got a very simple method for you guys to avoid getting shoved. And it is so much simpler than you would think. I'm gonna show it, but essentially you just wanna do a quick tap of your ASCII and then go to the side. And as you can see, that does not rag. If that attack connects, you'll, be sent flying. So knowing how to dodge this one when it comes straight at you is really useful. Here, it didn't hit. You have to time it, because if you're a bit too late, you'll still get hit a little bit, but it will just hit your tail, so it's not that dangerous. Here, there's an example where it just hits my tail. As you can see, almost no damage whatsoever. And that makes it very simple to dodge. Just step back, create a bit of distance, and get behind it, forcing it out, and voila, you can just keep going around it. And what I advise doing is kind of moving towards the tip of the tail, because that is the strongest position you can have on the Maya. But as you can see, just tapping your ass, then going to the side, dodges this quite clean. You don't have to do a lot of effort for it, so it's not that difficult. And as soon as the Maya gets too close, you just move behind it with superior agility and you're fine. Little bit of a tail hit, doesn't matter. And you just try to occupy the back. And voila. Now over time this can chip you down a little, so you have to combine this with some other tricks, but mostly you want to be behind the Maya right here and being on the offensive constantly. So this is just that little dodge you can do if you end up in front of it to avoid lethal damage. So yeah, with that dodge out of the way, let's show some other things that are pretty useful. Now this is how you can counterattack a Maya that's trying to shove you, but it has a little bit more risk. You see the Raptor's alt bite kind of moves, right? Like you're not stationary. And if you do it wrong, you'll collide with the Maya, but if you do it right, you'll phase right through him due to the Maiasaura movement. Alright, that one was timed. As I said, there's risks involved. However, this is how you can circumvent that. You just combine it with the dodging. Because normally the Maya would be hitting too soon to hit that one. If it was predicting the alts, right? So what you can do is, you just do a combination of alt biting and dodging. And just like that, you can land hits like this. I don't really recommend doing this though, but if you are in the heat of combat, you can squeeze one in, just like that. It's a bit ballsy, but I really recommend to combine it with dodges, and to mainly be aggressive in your playstyle by being behind the Maya. I'll show you guys a few clips on how you can fight these things. Now the thing I want you guys to pay attention to is the attack range of the Maya and my patience where I'm waiting for an attack. And of course, a little bit of understanding, although you can learn it in this clip, on the Maya's cooldowns. Now if you notice you are not really ragging, stay patient. Don't get annoyed by it, don't get irritated, just stay calm, stay patient. Eventually you'll start ragging. And that's a good example of why the stomp is so dangerous. All of its other attacks are pretty straightforward to dodge, and even if they connect to you, they are not that lethal. Except for the kicks. The kicks are really devastating. So kicks, shove, and stomp, that is the things you want to watch for, the things you absolutely want to avoid. Everything else you can almost trade with. Now if you go for attacks without baiting like I am just doing right here, make sure you pick your moment. It's very crucial that you feel it out properly. And the reason why I'm doing it is to generate more baits, because if I just keep baiting without actually attacking, the Maya is just not gonna predict me. And right now it's trying to predict. And slowly, it actually whittle it down. Like there, it missed an opportunity. And now I establish a system where it thinks like, oh, it's actually gonna go in a few times. And just like that. Here's another fight. Try to minimize getting in front of it. Like, I know I do it a little bit too much, and that's actually something that I should stop doing. It's a bad habit I have, like this. Because if it shoves in that moment, it gets me. At the same time, I like to confuse it a little. And bait it out, like... This is a different Maya, so... once again, feeling out how it plays. Here I get predicted. So that is the risks you face when you're not waiting for a bait. I tapped out and restarted because I didn't like the idea of getting predicted. So here I'm gonna be playing more careful. And I'm really locking in. Somehow get knocked over, use the alt bite to recover. And if you keep that up long enough, eventually the Maya will lose. But when nearing the end, especially when you have taken damage, stay very vigilant for any counterattacks or any sharp attacks. You want to play it as safe as possible. At the same time, you want to apply pressure. Do not let him run away and turn around. Try to stay behind him. Mayas use a tremendous amount of stamina when fighting. This one should be very low. Although tactile endurance is probably keeping it alive right now. Since I'm fighting it so much. Do not bounce the Maya. Unless you have 4 raptors. Because it's almost a 4-ton creature. And you know, 1k damage for a damage bounce. Leading it actually is quite effective. Once again, you just need a small pack to get that done. Although I really recommend biting this thing to death, opposed to pouncing it. You do not need to pounce on this one. Your agility is simply so superior that you should have easy pickings. And if you do get hit like I just got hit, that is simply a skill issue. So I'm gonna have to go back to the gym for that to get it out of my system. But in general, just keep hitting it, barraging it with hits. But wait for the attacks to occur. So you kind of go in, then you don't, you go in, then you don't. You know. Just orbit it, wait for an attempt, and then punish. Some additional information. If the Maya runs out of stamina and you somehow realize this because it's no longer running or doing certain attacks, you can grapple it with 2 OMNIRAPTORs. So if you do grapple it, just put it to the floor, damage bounce, and then let everybody else just bite the Maya, and you will have a very quick kill. Thank you guys for watching, and let's see what's on the list for the next one, eh? I'm curious what I have up here. Oh, Pachycephalosaurus. For most of you, probably an easy one, but for some of you, maybe a tricky one. So see you in the next one for that one.